In this video, I want to show you probably the easiest fingerstyle arrangement of Silent Night I could think of. This song incorporates just the melody line and bass notes played on open strings. So if you're an absolute beginner in fingerstyle, or if you've been caught off guard 2 days before Christmas, this probably is the song for you. Good luck. Since this arrangement is mostly aimed at beginning fingerstyle players, I'm going to be very precise about my explanation, and more advanced players may find it a little boring, so bear with me. First I'm gonna show you the melody, and then we will add the bass layer over it. So we start the melody with open E string, so open E, second fret, open E again, and second fret on second string. So it's and we repeat it twice. With the next part, I want you to go with your pinky to the 7th fret, and you go 7th, again, then 4th, 5th, again, and open. So it's you should avoid playing this note with other fingers so that you don't end up jumping all over the place, like. Okay, you want to do this all in one hand position. So okay, and the rhythm is you start the next phrase on the 2nd fret, 1st string, with your 1st finger. Then your pinky, 3rd, and 1st again. So. And this you can play at least in 2 ways. The first is, and the second is. And since you play this part twice through the song, you can play it once in the first way and once in the second. And just as before, I don't want you to move your hand here. I want you to play with your 1st finger, and then without moving your hand, just place the 4th here. So, not, but. And then open E string, and this is the same phrase as at the beginning of the song. So and you play all this twice. So from here. Okay. Then after the second time, after you go to the 7th fret with your 1st finger. Okay, and again, I don't want you to move your hand horizontally. Each finger has its own fret and it plays only there. So it goes first finger on 7th fret, 4th on 10th fret, again first finger, then 2nd string, 3rd finger on 9th fret, and 4th finger on 10th fret, and finally the 3rd finger on 9th fret of 1st string. So very slowly. Okay, and it's very important that you let hold the bar pass on this note and this note. Okay, so don't rush these parts. So with rhythm, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you go to the 5th fret here with the finger that you finished the whole sequence on. So with your 3rd finger, you go here. Okay, 5th, open, 1st finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, then open E string, 2nd finger on 3rd fret of 2nd string, open 2nd string, and 1st finger on the 2nd fret of 3rd string. So hold this part, goes like this. And here you can play either this or so very slowly with rhythm. So this is the melody, and I suggest you learn it first. Once you have no problems with playing just the melody, it will be much easier to add the bass part. So our bass notes will be 5th string, 6th string, and 4th string, open. So the first phrase is okay. So we play at the same time the first note and the bass on the 5th string. And again. Now, when we move our pinky to the 7th fret, we play this note, the first, because there are two. We play the first note with our with the 6th string. Okay, so and then we play 5th string with 2nd finger. So then it is this note, 2nd fret, and we play it with 4th string. And here, just like in the beginning, 5th string, again, then with our first finger on the 7th fret, 6th string, and with our pinky, 5th string. Okay, so again this part. And then here 5th string, 6th string and 5th. So again this part. Now, important thing, especially for the beginners, is that you shouldn't rest your thumb on the strings when you aren't using it. Because once you rest it there, you will probably mute the string that should be ringing, right? And if you rest it, you get something like, and you don't want that. Okay? So this is the first thing. And second thing is that you move your hand horizontally as little as possible. So just like I showed you, you just get into position and then play the part of the song that should be played there. Okay? So because you probably could play all the song with just one finger. So but that's not the right way to do it. So once this is easy, you can try to add some more conscious articulation. So for example, instead of, you can play, okay, you can play or you can play so there are quite a few ways of making this more interesting, using hammer-ons, using pull-offs, using slides, and using vibration. So and I leave it to your good taste to add just as much of those things as needed. One other thing is that you don't always have to play the bass and the melody note at exactly the same time. You can play it almost as if you were to play. So just a fraction of the second later. You play the melody just a fraction of the second later. So. But again, you shouldn't do it on every bass note. You should add if you want to add it, you should add it now and then, from time to time. Okay. So I hope you have fun with it, and I wish you Merry Christmas. Bye.